just dropped. We've got to do it together. Babe, I don't care if you're tired. I'll read them to you. Just wake up a little bit so you can listen. Okay, if they put you to sleep, they put you to sleep. But just do them with me. I've heard tons of girlfriends do this with their boyfriends. Why can't you be one of them? Okay, good. So you'll listen. Perfect. Alright, you just lay there, and I'll read them to you, and then we'll make the decisions together. Babe, it's a fun couple activity. Okay? Let's just do it. Just lay there like the log you are. I love you. Shh, I love you. Alright, let's do it. I want to see whose side we're on. Babe, come on, it'll be fun. Just wait. Babe, they update like every day, and they're so fun to do. And we get to learn more about each other whenever we do them. You know, I've heard that people on first dates actually try to do these to try to get to know each other. How insane is that? Imagine if when we first met, I just started asking you these kind of things like, oh, this person did this, and this other person responded this way. Whose side are you on? You probably would not have even gone on a second date with me. It's a good thing I went first. Alright, let's try. Come on, this one looks good. Ooh, babe, look at the title of this one. It's Am I in the Wrong for Making a Woman Lose a Costume Contest? We have to read this one. We have to. Okay, let's do it. It says, so I am the events chair of my fraternity for the semester, and I planned out a Halloween party that happened yesterday. Okay, so far so good. He's just a guy trying to help. Okay. At the party, we typically have a huge costume contest. You pay $5 to enter, and if you win the pot. We usually pull about 30 to 50 entries, so the prize is pretty nice. I don't know, maybe let's calculate that. What's like 5 times 30 or 5 times 50? It's a lot of money. Maybe you know I'm bad at math. Okay. This year, we had 40 people enter and about 160 people attending. So, babe, let's calculate that really quick. 5 times 40 would be 40, 80. 40, 80. That's 160 plus. Am I calculating this right? That's about 200 bucks. Wait. No, babe. Give me a second. We're gonna calculate this. 40 times 5 is 200. Yeah, 200. Yeah, okay. Babe, it's 200, I know. I'm not stupid. I'm kind of stupid, but not right now. Okay, next. Let's get back. In years past, the winner has been this one specific chick that my fraternity brothers want to hook up with. Her costume is usually the typical sorority girl costume. An animal of some kind. Boots, fishnet leggings, a short skirt. Basically, a bra or corset. And then animal ears and light face paint. dressed in angel wings and white shorts and a halo. I know fully that I'm dressing up, so guys that think I'm hot will take notice, and that it's not a good costume. Her costume isn't good. Sure, she looks good in it, but the point of the party is not who has the best chest. Okay, so I'm kind of confused. Is the OP a guy or a girl? Because he was talking about a fraternity, which is, I thought, for guys. But then the OP said that they wore angel wings and shorts and wanted guys to notice them. Well, maybe they're just a guy who likes other guys. I don't know, but let's keep going. So we have the contest, and she's wearing her MO. She was a B, but her butt was hanging out, and her chest was about to fall out of her shirt. So we held the contest. People voted anonymously. And guess what? She won. But by one vote. I hadn't voted yet, so I simply casted my vote. Then, my vice chairman, who agreed with me, casted his vote. That just happened to be enough to put her at second place. When I told my brothers, my fraternity brothers, they complained and moaned about it. But I told them she simply didn't win, and she should do better next year. They eventually talked me into creating a runner-up prize of $50 to the girl. When we announced the winner, she was visibly upset. This was the first time she hasn't won in the last 4 years. Now apparently, last night, one of my brothers was simping hard and told her that I intentionally voted against her because I didn't like her. Not true, I'm genuinely apathetic about her. She found me later that night and cursed me out and said I had a problem with her. I told her simply that we weren't having a SLUTTTIEST costume contest, but a best costume contest, and that she's lucky we bent the rules to give her $50. We argued and ended up getting separated. Now a lot of my fraternity brothers are mad at me for making her mad. Okay, so that was kind of funny. Honestly, babe, honest opinion, I don't think that this guy or girl, I think it's a guy because it's a fraternity, I don't think that OP is necessarily like, a bad guy or girl for this, but it definitely sounds like OP is kind of jealous because I feel like, yeah, the girl doesn't have the best costume based on what they're saying, but if people vote for her to win, then what's the harm? Like, why is OP so salty? Like, I bet if people were voting for OP based on how hot they thought OP was, they'd be perfectly fine with winning the contest. But because someone else thought they're going to be about it. You are not apathetic about her. You wrote a whole post on the internet detailing how much you don't like her. You don't even describe the costume that you did vote for, which indicates your vote was all about her and nothing else. And a lot of people agreed with that post. It got like almost 4,000 upvotes, which I bet is literally OP's fraternity brothers voting that up. But yeah, I kind of feel like it's just Halloween, it's harmless. I can see why OP was annoyed, but I don't think it was that big of a deal. Like, just let her win, who cares? But I mean, I guess it is $200, but in the same token, everyone gets their own vote, right? So if someone spent $5 to vote, and they want their $5 to go to her, then it's fair. Like, that means the majority wanted their money to go to her, and now it's going to someone else just because OP was kind of petty. But you know, it is what it is. And I guess she got $50, so I don't know. I don't really have a side here. I think it's all kind of petty. What about you, babe? What do you think? Also, look at this one comment. It was like, man, so it's okay for you to dress like that, because you know you were dressing like that, but not for her. Get out of here with that. Not like the other girls BS. Edit to add. I'm a bit confused. Are you a girl or a guy? You mentioned you do those kind of costumes for attention. Well, I don't know, babe. That was kind of funny to read, and it was a fun read, but like, yeah, I don't have a solid side. I do agree with you, though. Yeah, you make a good point. Babe, of course, I always see your side in things. I'm your girlfriend. What kind of girlfriend would I be if I just argued with you all the time? That's why we get along so well. Let's read the next one. Maybe it's better. It says, am I in the wrong for having a go at my boyfriend when he ate the last of my food while I was in the bathroom? Okay, I know we haven't even heard it yet, but babe, if you did that, if you ate the last of my food while I was in the bathroom, I don't even know what I would do to you. Like, what I would do to you is probably illegal in like 50 states and at least 20 countries, at least. I'm just saying, you know I don't play about my food, babe. So just take note. Don't eat it if I ever leave the room because I just told you why. I just told you because. But okay, let's read this. So, my boyfriend, 24 male, and I, 24 female, went to a restaurant for only our second time eating out together. Okay, so it sounds like they're a brand new couple, but let's keep going. And this week has been really rough at work, and I asked him to go out for food, saying I needed a pick-me-up. I mentioned I wasn't super hungry, since I had already eaten, but I was really looking forward to having some dumplings and soup. I even talked about how excited I was for the dumplings during the drive there. When we ordered, I made it clear that I only wanted 4 dumplings and some soup. My boyfriend ordered 2 large mains for himself, since he has a bigger appetite. When the food arrived, I shared my soup with him and tasted because I had been looking forward to them and only got to eat one. Wait, first of all, I thought she ordered 4 dumplings and she only ate one, and then she said he ate the remaining 2. That means there would still be 1 dumpling left. The math is not mathing here, but let's keep going. I told him how disappointed I was and called him selfish, saying he never thinks of me. I asked him to pay for how much he ate, since I had specifically wanted those dumplings. I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but I feel like he should have asked before just taking them, especially since I had expressed how excited I was. Am I in the wrong for getting upset, calling him out for being selfish, and asking him to pay more? Okay, before we read the comments, I feel like she overreacted, but I've also overreacted to food. You know this about me. I just told you that I would basically hurt you if you stole my food. But, I understand why she's upset, but I honestly think this could have all been solved if he would have just bought her some more dumplings, on the spot. Just order more dumplings. I feel like getting mad that you didn't get them and then throwing a big fit about it is kind of stupid. Just be like, babe, can you just buy me more dumplings because you just ate the ones I wanted to eat? That's what I would say to you. I'd be like, babe, could you just replace the dumplings you ate because I really, really, really want dumplings? I don't think that would be a big deal. Okay. What do you think? What's your opinion? Yeah, no, I see your point, yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I agree, babe, I agree. Look at this comment. It says, you're not in the wrong, but fighting over food is never a problem in these situations. Sorry for making an assumption, but I don't think it's the food that angered, but a reoccurring pattern from him. Why don't you guys have a long conversation? When there's a big problem that couples refuse to talk about, they will fight about smaller things to release the steam, but also making up after it is easier. If there's a bigger problem in your relationship, smaller fights will occur more often. And then the OB basically said that the person was right. But to be honest, I don't know, sometimes eating a dumpling is just eating a dumpling. I get that maybe she just thinks he's selfish in general, maybe he's done other selfish things. But I don't think necessarily coming at him over a dumpling is really the it answer. Yeah, but don't have a false sense of security because if you ate my dumplings, I would definitely come after you. I'm just saying I would be in the wrong. I would still do it, but I would know that I was wrong. Babe, I'm just being real with you. Let's read the next one. That was fun. Just wait, I have to look. Okay, here's one. Am I in the wrong for signing up for a marathon last minute when my friend wants running to be her thing? I, 38, recently signed up for a marathon a week before the race. After finding out I would need rotator cuff surgery, I haven't been able to climb, which is my first love, but I've always enjoyed running casually. I've done a few races before, one marathon without training, especially as I'm preparing for an upcoming surgery. My friend was planning to run the marathon, but hadn't trained until the week of. I figured we could both run really slowly together. The whole week I was trying to find a bib. I told her that I was planning to sign up too. She was fine with that, until I told her I finally found a bib. She got really upset. I had posted on Facebook saying I was going to run at last minute, and she freaked out. She told me that running this marathon was her thing. And feels like I'm trying to take over something that's special to her. She said that me posting on Facebook, about it on Facebook would overshadow her post. I never saw it that way. I just thought we could even support each other during the run. She accused me of being a bad friend and just said some really terrible things to me. At the run itself, I lost her at the first mile. I texted her like 5 times, called her 3 times. She ignored them all. She called me 2 hours later, and she's 3 miles behind me, and tells me to stop and wait for her. At this point, I had decided to run the marathon for myself, and I'd see her at the end. So I said no, which she insists is a sign that I am a selfish and unsupportive friend. She was so mad that I was ahead of her that she quit at mile 16 and cut the course. To finish with a better time than me, which I mean is fine. I finished in 6:15 and was proud of myself in the end. She is insistent that running is her thing and says I'm not allowed to engage in it, which feels literally insane to me. She was originally going to help me with post-surgery stuff, but now she's decided not to, saying she feels betrayed by me doing the marathon. I don't feel like running a race should be something that belongs to one person, especially since it's something I love too. But maybe I missed something in how I approached it. Am I in the wrong for signing up for a marathon, even though my friend feels like I'm stepping on her turf? What do you think, babe? Who's in the wrong? Yeah. Yeah, I can see your point. Yeah. I mean, I kind of have mixed feelings about this one. I'll tell you why. Because So the first girl is a runner, right? And the second girl, the surgery girl, she's like, oh, I wanted to run because I'm gonna have surgery, blah blah blah, you know. I mean, okay. The thing is that girls can be really competitive sometimes, which is obvious by the way that girl number one acted. But the thing is like, I feel like girl number one should have just said, yeah, let's run it together and we'll do it together and we'll run the same length, whatever, whatever. Like that was a good tactic. But I don't know, babe. It is kind of odd that the girl with surgery suddenly wants to run. Like, if you love running casually so much, why don't you just go jogging? Like, why are you getting in a marathon just because your friend is? Like, if she doesn't want you in there, I don't know. Like, if I joined a marathon and I was like really gung ho about it, and my friend was like, you know what, I think I'm just gonna sign in last minute, I'd be like, what? Like, okay, if you want to support me and like be together, sure, cool, fine, but like, why are you trying to? I don't know. Why, babe? I don't know. I know you guys think differently, but the weird thing about girl friendships is, unfortunately, you always have to worry about competitive nature, even if you don't want to. Like I, for example, you know my best friend, you know that one girl, yeah, you know her, the one girl. She like competes with me in everything, and I don't want to compete with her, but she wants to compete with me in everything. Like even every time we play games, she has to be the winner. If we do anything, she has to like be the one on top. Before I knew you, when I was single, if we were both talking to a guy, she had to be the one the guy liked more. Like, it's just insanity. I'd be like, girl, you can have him. Like, I don't want him. Like, even the way she looks at you sometimes, I know she wants you. Like, I know it kills her that you're with me and not with her. And not because, like, she secretly, you know, like, really liked you all along, blah, blah. But it's because she's probably like, oh, my best friend likes him, so there must be something to like about him. And then that's why she looks at you so funny. She acts like she hates you, but she doesn't hate you. She really just, like, wants you. I think so. Babe, trust me, I know my friends, okay? And yeah, you could ask, like, why do you keep a girl like that around? But I don't know, it's just, that's what the friendships are like. I'm sure guy friendships are weird too, like, don't you guys always make fun of each other and stuff? I don't know, it's complicated. I wish I could find genuine, pure hearted friendships. You know, like, our relationship is pure hearted and genuine, but it's really hard to find out there. I've never found a girl who, or a guy, aside from you, as a friend, I've never found anyone who just, like, genuinely, like, liked me as much as I liked them. But you're my boyfriend, of course we like each other the same, and I love you for that. And I would never choose anyone over you. You're my best friend. I'm just telling you, like, the stuff's weird. So, yeah, the post kind of, like, rubbed me the wrong way. But I think everyone's gonna tell her that she's not in the wrong. Which I don't, like, necessarily agree with, but don't disagree with. But let's read. Okay, so yeah, everyone was basically on the poster side. They're like, oh, you're not in the wrong. She doesn't know running. It's not her thing. Like, I don't think they get the point. But whatever. Girl friendships are complex and complicated. And, I mean, I don't know. Let's read the next one. Okay, last one. Am I in the wrong for refusing to let my fiance's brother move in with us? So I, 34 male, have been with my fiance Sarah, 29 female, for 3 years, and we're planning to get married In the spring, we live in a 2-bedroom apartment. Both work stable jobs, and our life is pretty calm. Until recently. Sarah's younger brother, Jake, 25 male, hit a rough patch. He's had trouble holding down jobs, choosing to focus on his painting rather than work a steady gig. He's been living with friends, and occasionally with their parents. But they recently downsized and can't take him in. 2 weeks ago, Sarah asked if Jake could crash with us for just a month or 2 until he saved enough for his own place. I was hesitant because Jake and I don't exactly get along. He's messy, can be entitled, and just assumes others will help him out. I asked Sarah if she was sure he'd only stay temporarily, but she insisted he'd be gone in 2 months. To compromise, I agreed he could stay 1 month under the conditions that he helped us out with rent and chores. Sarah agreed. Well, Jake moved in last weekend, and it's been a disaster. He sleeps until noon, leaves his art supplies all over, and even blasts music while he paints. I tried talking to him, but he brushed me off saying, I'm too uptight. When I brought it up with Sarah, she told me to be patient because he's adjusting. Then last night, I found Jake eating the food I'd prepped for my work, lunches. I lost my cool and told him he needed to start respecting our space or find somewhere else to stay. He accused me of being selfish and said that Sarah would help me. If I were struggling, this led to a huge fight with Sarah, where she accused me of being heartless and making things difficult with her brother. Now I'm torn. I feel like I'm just setting reasonable boundaries, but Sarah insists I'm overreacting and not being supportive. So, am I in the wrong for wanting Jake to follow our agreement and keep some boundaries? Or should I just let it go for the sake of peace? What do you think, babe? Yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. Oh, interesting, yeah. Well, I don't think OP's in the wrong. I think it's perfectly reasonable for him to want to live in his own space and not have basically an invader in there who doesn't respect his space. I think Sarah is enabling her brother and contributing to why he feels so entitled. And I think she honestly needs to just take her man's side because that's gonna be her husband one day. I get that it's her brother, but her brother's not in any real danger. He's completely fine. He can go with a friend. He doesn't have to be in their space, not respecting their space, and making their relationship difficult. I don't think it's worth it to ruin your relationship over something that isn't even like a need, like a necessity. Like, if my brother asked to stay for like a month, I would give him a month, babe. I'd be like, yeah, you can stay a month. But I wouldn't let it do any longer than that. And if he was like super like disrespectful like that, I'd be like, yo, you need to clean up after yourself. Don't eat my boyfriend's lunches. Like, go get your own lunch. Like, why is she coddling him? It's just kind of weird. But I will say, that's kind of typical in relationships with like older sisters and younger brothers because you're kind of raised to take care of them. So, like, you almost feel like a motherly instinct toward them. So it makes sense, like, why Sarah is so protective and, like, taking his side. But she needs to be reasonable here and realize that her boyfriend's not in the wrong or, like, be bad here. I mean, her boyfriend agreed to let them stay for a month. That's a big deal. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm so glad we're not these people. Yeah, like, I'm so glad we don't have to worry about this kind of thing. This is why I love you. You're so reasonable and rational. And there'll never be a post on there about us. Unless you eat my dumplings.